Philip, going back to that comment from Trump about encouraging officials to slow down testing because it leads to more cases being discovered, was he joking?
That's a very good question, actually. It could have been a joke. You never really know when Donald Trump takes to the stage at one of these big campaign rallies. I think the White House will be insisting over the next few days that that was a tongue-in-cheek comment. Still, quite something for the president to say here on stage in front of thousands of supporters precisely on the day that he returns to the campaign trail. He hadn't been on stage since March, after all. A lot of pent-up frustration there from the president, a lot of pent-up enthusiasm also from those thousands of Trump supporters who ended up being inside of the arena. This was, of course, a very controversial event for the Trump campaign to even organize in the first place, because coronavirus cases are on the up here in the state of Oklahoma, precisely here in the city of Tulsa as well, and in the surrounding states. And both national and local health officials basically said this is not the kind of event that should be happening right now. Despite all of those warnings, it did happen in the end. What the campaign did was hand out face masks and hand sanitizer at the entrance to the secure perimeter outside of the arena that you see right behind me. But when you had a look at the pictures from inside the arena itself, well, maybe around 1 in 10 Trump supporters actually really wore a mask, meaning that the risk of a spread of the disease inside of the arena and then outside through all of those supporters going back to their communities, well, that's a pretty big risk, actually.
Yeah, there has been a lot of concern about that. But Philip, you mentioned thousands of supporters, and I know Trump that had boasted on Twitter that almost 1 million people had requested tickets for the event. So what was the actual turnout like inside that arena?
Well, it certainly wasn't as big as the Trump campaign had speculated on. I think we might be around the 10,000 mark. Official figures have not come in yet. But this arena was not full, and it was supposed to be. It was supposed to have 18,000 people inside of it, and the campaign had actually planned for an overflow area outside of the arena for the president and the vice president to give speeches there as well. Those were quickly canceled because there was simply nobody outside. Now, why did this happen? Maybe because of fears of the coronavirus, in fact. But the Trump campaign decided to give another reason, and it doesn't seem to be a truthful one, because the campaign said that this smaller number of supporters inside of the arena was because of protesters blocking access for Trump supporters to get inside of the arena. We saw none of that, and in fact, no reporters saw any evidence of that actually happening. So it does simply look like there might have been less enthusiasm for this rally than the Trump campaign actually thought. It will have been a pretty disappointing outcome for the president. We know he cares about crowd size. This was not what he was expecting to see here in Oklahoma. Maybe there is some good news in that, of course, because as we just discussed, the fear of a spread of the virus is bigger when there are more people. So maybe with there being around 2/3 of this arena full, maybe there was some good news in that after all.